Welcome, everybody, to the call tonight. I'm so excited to be with you. My name is Eric Johnson, creator and CEO of Teamzy. And tonight I'm going to talk to you about how you can build your JuicePlus business in less than an hour a day with Teamzy. Okay, so I'm so excited to show this to you. I see some familiar names here on the webinar. So some of you, some of this might be review. I'm sure you're going to get some nuggets tonight, though. But what I want to do tonight is I'm going to show you how to set up Teamzy so that you can be incredibly efficient with it, so you can get your DMO completely done in 1 hour a day. Even as your team grows large, you can still get it done in less than an hour a day. And if you're at a point where you need to create some momentum or you need to break through a plateau, you can leverage Teamzy, again, in still less than an hour to create massive momentum in your business just by consistently reaching out. So I'm going to show you how to do that tonight. I'm also going to give you a little bit of training on relationship marketing, which is the system Teamzy's built on. They kind of go hand in hand. You really can't just, well, you could just turn on Teamzy and use it, but it's going to be, you're going to get a lot more out of it if you understand the philosophy and the system and the intent and the heart behind it. So I want to give you a little bit of that tonight too. So make sure you have something to take notes on. I am definitely going to give you a lot of content tonight. I'm going to try to pack this thing in as much as I can so that you leave here thinking, oh my gosh, I got so much value from that. All right, so let's go ahead and share right now. We'll start right here. For those of you who don't know me, again, my name is Eric Johnson, and my background is actually in coaching. I've been a professional business coach and consultant for the past 16 years. And I have helped people build their business based on relationships. Okay, so the whole concept that you can create an entire business that's sustainable, that grows, that's massive, based solely on the strength of the relationships you build. And by the way, super fun doing it this way. So we've been working on this system for years, this relationship marketing system. And I don't come from the direct sales industry. I come from the real estate industry. That's where I helped people. I stumbled into direct sales by accident, 5 years ago. So I know a lot of you have been doing JuicePlus much longer than that. About 5 years ago, I stumbled into direct sales and thought, wow, what a great opportunity for an extra stream of income. And so I started taking a look at the business model. Up till that point, I had believed the negative stigma about network marketing. So as I took a look at that business model, I thought, this is really a great business model. My personal challenge was that I just didn't have time. At least I didn't think I had time. When I looked at my schedule and really analyzed it, I had a full-time career, 4 kids, the whole deal. I realized I only had about an hour a day. That's it. That's all I could spare. I know some of you guys can relate to that. And so I started looking for tools to help me leverage the time. Now, what's cool is in the beginning, you don't have much time. Once your business sustains itself, you have more time, then it's even more important to be focused because you want to enjoy your life, right? You want to enjoy your life and get your business done, out of the way for the day, and go enjoy your life. So as I was looking for tools to help me leverage that time, honestly, just couldn't really find anything. Nothing that was elegant, nothing that was easy to use, certainly nothing that was based on relationship marketing. So that's how Teamzy came to be. We built it just because there was such a need for it to serve our industry. And it's been about 3.5 years since we launched Teamzy. And just to kind of give you guys a little background on where we've gone in those 3 years, we've had more than 80,000 network marketers use Teamzy, which is amazing to me because we're just a homegrown company. We didn't have any of the big investment companies or anything like that. We started Teamzy with a $200 a week Facebook ad. And in 3.5 years, 80,000 people have used it. That's because people share it and love it, right? And just to give you an idea of how JuicePlus distributors are doing, active JuicePlus distributors using Teamzy, they're averaging 18 new customers and 12 recruits over 90 days. Okay, 18 new customers and 12 recruits over 90 days. Now, these are the people who are active and consistent. So that could be you too, right? That could be you too. What's really neat, by the way, about these numbers is that JuicePlus distributors actually do a better job with Teamzy recruiting people than other networks. The average for other networks is 12 recruits over 90 days. And with JuicePlus, 9 recruits. And with JuicePlus, it's 12. So what is that? 50, a third better. Pretty good. All right. And of course, you may or may not know that we've been endorsed by the JuicePlus company for you to use, which is probably the best honor that we've received so far. So I just want you all to know, if you're not already using Teamzy, you can go to teamzy.com/JP to start a free trial. It's 30 days for free. Okay. So if you haven't done that, get your free trial started. And of course, not only am I proud to be endorsed by JuicePlus, but I'm proud to endorse you guys too. think you guys are awesome. Here's my tower. This is my first year with my tower. Look how cool it is, though. It's actually bigger than that now. That was early in the spring. We harvested all that already. And this is my prize bok choy that I grew by accident. Look at that thing. Kind of cool. And you can see in the background, I've got raised flower beds with nothing growing in them. Not really a green thumb, except for with my tower garden. So I'm so glad you guys came into my life, because it's so cool to have this and to be just growing all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, so let's get into the presentation. What is relationship marketing? What is relationship marketing? A lot of times you'll hear people use this term, and they mean like selling stuff to your friends or what. I don't really know. It seems like people use this term, don't really understand what it is. I want you guys to understand something. Relationship marketing is a lead generation system. It's a system. It's not just, singing Kumbaya and hugging your friends and that kind of stuff. It's a system that you follow, and it's designed to initiate interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. That's a lead generation system. And I'm going to show you tonight how to do that, how to create interest in what you're doing, and by building relationships. But as business owners, I want you for a second, don't think like salespeople, though obviously everyone's always selling, but think like a business owner, because your job is lead generation. This is the first principle I want you to get, is that you're in the lead generation business. As the business owner, you need to find new leads for your business constantly, right? But with relationship marketing, your duty is developing and deepening relationships. Okay, developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. In other words, your job is to find new people and build relationships with them, or deepen the relationships with the people you already have. Your job is not to go out and find people to sell to or to find people to recruit. It's to find relationships. Why is that so important? See, the relationship is already the win. Because we turn in this system, we turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. We turn our relationships into advocates. Put simply, every single person you encounter falls, if you're doing this right, falls into 3 categories, and they might be multiple categories. They join your team as a distributor, they become a customer, and or they're an advocate who refers other people to your business because they're so in love with what you're doing and the mission you're on. Does this make sense? And you may have people who trust you and who love you, who are not interested in JuicePlus, but absolutely will tell their friends and family, oh my gosh, if you want to get healthy, if you want to do this, you want to do that, you got to talk to my friend. Next principle I want to share with you, and this is a big one, relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, this ain't going to work. Okay, it's not going to work. And so much of what is done in our industry is so old school. It's based on tricking people, deceiving people. The new term for tricking people is called curiosity, creating curiosity. You don't need to create curiosity, create interest. Be real, be authentic, be you. That's what this system is built on. And there's a reason why our industry has a bad reputation, because of all those tactics. I want you to know relationship marketing depends on trust. You can't do any of that stuff for this to work, and you don't have to, which is really cool. Because trust makes the work fun. You don't have to convince people when they trust you. You don't have to sell them. You can just get right to helping them, right? Also, trust takes the ickiness away. How many of you are terrified of being seen as an icky salesperson? Oh, gross. Another one of those network marketing icky salespeople. When there's trust, that's not an issue. That doesn't happen. And you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. Forget this going for no stuff. Who wants to do that? That's terrible. My gosh, I'd hide under my desk in the fetal position if I had to go for no. Nope. I'm focused on getting yeses, building people up, investing in relationships, having some fun with it. So how do you build trust? How do you build trust? There's actually 4 essential ingredients to building trust. I'll teach them to you tonight really quickly. We'll break them out. But it's important that you understand that your job is to deepen relationships, and you do that by building trust, okay? So here they are real quick. Make sure you're taking these down. Number 1 is chemistry. Okay, number 1 is chemistry. Number 2 is character. Number 3 is competence. Okay, competence. And number 4 is consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. All right, let's break these out. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay, chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Honestly, people want to do business with somebody they like, right? And they don't want to do business with someone they don't like. Really simple. So find out what you have in common. Ask some questions. Every single person has things in common. You just have to ask a couple things. Even the people you think are so different than you, you'll find things in common with them. Number two is character. Character is where you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Okay. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Some of you have heard me talk about character. Here's the thing I want you to get from this. Character is something you do. It's not something you have. You don't actually have character. Character is an action you take daily. And if you want people to trust in your character, you have to demonstrate your care. That's it. Think about this. Demonstrating your character is your primary marketing engine. You need to show people how you serve people. Demonstrates your character. How you take care of your customers. How you follow up with people, right? How you treat others. How you treat people who serve you out in the world. How you drive on the highway demonstrates your character. How you talk, the words you use demonstrate your character. Returning the shopping cart in the parking lot demonstrates your care. All of these things you are marketing all the time by demonstrating for others what your character is. And I want you guys to know, so funny, this is just a little joke. My mom, she's the mom of my house. My wife brought home a little sign from Hobby Lobby the other day, and it says, God saw that. And she put it up where the kids hang out. God saw that. And we all got a chuckle out of that. Character is like we know someone's watching all the time. Okay. Here's the good thing though. When you're really aware of how you demonstrate your character and how you show up, not only will it build your business and build trust with others, my gosh, makes life so much better. You're going to feel so good about yourself. Number three is competence. Third ingredient for building trust, competence. This is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Two pieces to this. Okay. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. I need to know, do you know about these products? Can you actually explain them and help me and, help me make my decision? Do you know what's in them? Do you know how they work? Do you know how they're designed? What makes these different from something else I could get? Why should I get a tower garden? What's so special about a tower garden? How the heck do I set a tower garden up? Do you know all this stuff? Are you competent? Should I pick you to be my JuicePlus representative? That's the first piece. And if you're new, that's your job, is to get competent in that. Learn about nutrition, learn about health. There's so many amazing people in this network. Just in the short time I've been associated with you, I've learned so much about the products from such amazing, competent people like Dr. Mitra and Dr. Sears. And there's just so many amazing people that are teaching us. Learn, absorb, suck it up, right? I mean that in a good way. Suck it up in a good way. The second piece is, do I want to join your team? Do I believe you can mentor me in this business? Do I believe you will help me be successful? I need to know that you're competent as a leader so I can join you. Now, for those of you who are newer and you don't have the competence yet, I want you to understand you don't need to fake it. This whole fake it till you make it thing, forget that. You need to be real and authentic. Let people know, hey, I'm brand new. But what you need to do is lean into the competence of your team and your upline. Just let them know who you're associated with and how competent they are. Okay? Brag on your upline when you're new. Oh my gosh, my sponsor is amazing. This person is incredible. She's so successful. Let people know who you are associated with. And then you should join me. We could both be mentored by her or by him, whatever the case may be. Does this make sense? Lean into your upline's competence. Sell that competence as you build your own. Leaders, have your new people lean into your competence. I know a lot of you do this already. Chemistry, character, and competence are the first three ingredients for building trust. So important. And there's a principle that underlies these. When somebody's going to do business with you, honestly, they really only care about these three questions. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? At some point, they need all three of these. They need to understand all three of these. And if you think about places where you've taken your business away, sometimes you've done business with somebody who's really great at what they do, but you didn't feel like they cared about you, right? You felt like a number, so you left. So all of these things are important. And when you come up against objections in your business, they usually stem from one of these questions. Now, here's the good news. Over time, as you work the system and invest in relationships, all these questions people will feel good about these questions with you. And when somebody gets to the point where they know they can trust you, they know you care about them and that you're good at what you do, guess what you've got? An advocate. And that's the goal. Okay. Next one, consistency. Number 4, consistency. Consistency. Is it important to be consistent if you want people to trust you? Absolutely. How many people in your life do you know who have told you they're going to do something cool and don't? More than not, right? The consistency is the most important part, not just because of what the consistency will do for you, right? You take JuicePlus consistently, you're going to feel better, probably, right? You use Teamzy consistently, you're going to generate momentum in your business. Absolutely. But the point is beyond what you get from being consistent, it builds trust with others. Nobody believes that when you join JuicePlus, people are waiting to see what you're going to do with it. They need to see you being consistent if you want them to build trust. I love this principle, which is that people respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. People are waiting to see you be consistent before they trust you. And when you are consistent, it builds tremendous amount of trust. People know you're the real deal, right? This principle, by the way, is from one of my favorite books, which I always recommend on my recommended reading. I'm going to give it to you guys too, which is Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion is a great book. Great one for anyone in this business who wants to be a leader in this business. It's just one of those classic books. Okay. So as far as being consistent, how many of you've got a little button you can raise hands. How many of you are consistent? You take your JuicePlus every day. You're living the dream. Maybe you've got a tower garden out there. You're sharing it with people. How many of you guys are being consistent with that? Oh, look at those hands go up. This is good, right? It's important. Why would I buy JuicePlus from you if you don't take it, right? Cool. Now, how many of you are consistent about sharing your story and your journey, your JuicePlus journey? You're sharing it with others, putting it on social media, you're posting, you're letting people know what it's doing for you in your life. How many of you are, let me see, raise your hands if you're consistent at that. That's awesome. I love this new, they just updated Zoom this week. And so when you guys raise your hands, your names, they look like the matrix on my screen. They just kind of fall down. It's kind of neat. So here's the real checkup from the neck up. Let's talk about consistency with connecting with people. Are you as consistent with your relationships? Are you as consistent with your relationships? Are you as consistent about staying in touch with people as you are about posting on social or taking your JuicePlus every day? This is where the rubber hits the road in our business, guys. Relationship building is a contact sport. You need to be in regular contact with people if you want to deepen relationships with them and deepen trust with them. Okay, and I know your time is scarce. Hello, that's why we built Teamzy, so that you can be efficient with this. But at first, you need to understand this principle. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. If you raise your hand before, unclick that because I'll ask you a couple other things. Just a quick example on this piece, investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. How many of you, here I'll come out so that I'm not so tiny. How many of you have received an amazing card from somebody that you love, that had a great message in it, handwritten, that really moved you emotionally? Raise your hand if you've ever received a card like that from a loved one. And then the question I have for you is, once you get a card like that, is it easy for you to crumble it up and throw it away? Or do you find it's almost impossible to throw those cards out? How many of you save those cards in a special place? You've got a little stash of them somewhere, of cards that have moved you emotionally that you can't get rid of. Just about everybody, right? The number's ticking up. Some of you have seen me talk about this before, but this is a happy birthday postcard that I received from my life insurance salesperson. Do you think this is a nice thing to get, a little happy birthday postcard from somebody maybe you do business with? It's nice, right? But is this in the same category of value as that handwritten card from somebody who loves you? Does this have the same level of value? How many of you are able to easily throw these in the trash when they come in? Yeah, we all throw these away. This doesn't have any of the same value. What's the difference? Where somebody can write you a card that you save for your whole life, even after you pass away, your kids may save that and treasure it, right? It has a value that's permanent. And this is immediately thrown in the trash. What's the difference? See, when you think about that principle I just shared with you, which is investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen a relationship. This didn't require any time, did it? Didn't require any time. And it's not connecting with me. This is not personalized. This is just a bulk mailing. This has no value. Nobody invested time, and it's not even to me. I mean, it doesn't even have my name on it. It just says, wishing you the best. Here's another great year of you. It doesn't even have my name on it. It's a birthday card. Make sense? Investing time and connecting with people is how you deepen relationships. There's no other way to do it. You can't shortcut on a relationship. You have to connect with people one-on-one. Now, do you need to be writing letters and cards all day long? No, of course not. Though you should do that whenever you can think of a reason to. I even have scripts in Teamzy, by the way, on greeting card messages. Little, you get some blank cards and send people a little note. But even just connecting with people via text message or Facebook Messenger, just a little message that's to them personalized. It's enough to make somebody's day, even though it only takes you a few seconds. It's still time invested and it has value. Okay, now I'm going to show you how we do that in Teamzy, just a few seconds per person, how we can make people's day and create value in their day. It's amazing. All right, let me see here. I think I have one more slide and we'll jump in there. So remember, if you didn't get that principle down, this is it. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Some of you, that principle may be a wake-up call when you're thinking about some personal relationships. You might need to invest some time one-on-one with people. All right, let's talk about this. Here's the thing. It's all great, but you need a system. You got to have a system. There's a reason why the JuicePlus company has partnered with Teamzy and endorsed us for you. They know you need a system, a way to stay in contact with all your relationships. Okay, they know that you need to know when to contact them and when not to. In other words, whether you're a national marketing director or brand new to the business, you need to know, oh my gosh, who should I contact today, right? And know what to say to them so that you don't stare at your screen all day trying to come up with the perfect message. Just know what to say to start conversations and make people's day, and make sure that no one's falling through the cracks. Okay, make sure that no one's falling through the cracks. About 80% of the qualified leads in this business fall through the cracks. Isn't that crazy? Don't worry. If you hang with me to the end tonight, I'll teach you how to do that so they don't ever fall through the cracks. Okay, let's jump out and take a look at Teamzy. Let me just make sure I have Teamzy open. I do have Teamzy open. Okay, great. How many of you like to use your computer with about 60 windows open at all times? That's me. It makes doing Zooms crazy, though, when you're trying to find your screen. Okay, here we go. Here's Teamzy. Okay, for those of you who don't use Teamzy yet, as a reminder, you go get to Elmer Fudd. Go to teamzy.com/JP and start a free trial. Okay, it's free for 30 days. We don't ask for a credit card or anything. Let's make sure that you let your teammates know who are joining the business who haven't used it yet to go get that free trial started. Okay. Once you log into the free trial, it's going to bring you right here to this page. This is the setup wizard. I'm going to take you through setup really quick. We have simplified this over the years. Simplified, simplified, simplified. It is now so simple. Okay. So here's a little video from me. Great. We'll move on. And then the first real thing we're going to do is we are going to set an income goal. How much money do you want to be making a year from now? Okay, how much money do you want to be making a year from now? And you can see I've already put this at 150,000. That was my goal. Look, you can slide this up. You can slide this down. What a goal, okay? So mine was 150. Now, for most of you, you're just going to put the number in. There's a few of you guys who already have really large businesses. If you already have a large JuicePlus business, I want you to set a goal that's the difference, the amount you're going to increase it. Okay, the amount you're going to increase it. So if you want to increase it by 100,000 next year, make your goal 100,000. For those of you who are starting out and don't have a lot of income, total goal. Okay, great. So notice when I move this, the amount of activities I need to do each day move too. That's because Teamzy knows exactly what you need to do to get this done. You don't have to think. Honestly, you're going to know exactly what to do. Set your goal and you're going to know exactly what to do every day. That's one of the things that Teamzy gives you, is that feeling of confidence that you're doing the right things to build your business. So you can see at 150,000, Teamzy's telling me that I need to connect with 9 prospects each day, 6 customers, and 4 distributors on my team each day, 19 people a day. Okay. By the way, that's not 7 days a week. It's 5 days a week. Okay. I'm going to hit continue. The next step is getting all your contacts into Teamzy. And these little buttons here have some tutorials just kind of help you step by step do it. You can get your back office into Teamzy, your team and your customers. You can get all your Facebook friends into Teamzy, which is cool. The whole list of Facebook friends. It's so neat. Phone contacts, whatever you have, wherever you have contacts, you're going to get them all into Teamzy. Okay. If you've got them written on sticky notes, you can enter them into Teamzy. So we're going to get them all into one place, so you can be so organized. So think about it. Those little pads of paper that you can never find with people's names and numbers on them, things like that, spreadsheets you haven't updated, you don't have to do that anymore. You will never be more than 2 feet away from Teamzy, because Teamzy is in the cloud, which means you can get it from your phone at any time. It's in your phone. It's in your computer. It's everywhere. You meet somebody, great. You've got your phone in your hand, put them right into Teamzy. Don't write it on a napkin. You're going to be so organized, guys. All right. So now the next thing we're going to do, well, now we've got everything in, right? So we've got one more setup step that I just want to show you really quick. Here's the Teamzy dashboard. The last little setup step that's really important, actually, is ranking your contacts. Ranking your contacts. Okay, we're going to give them a rank. Now, you notice everybody here on my dashboard has a number next to their name. It's like a star ranking, 5-star scale, right? How many of you guys like to stay in 1-star hotels? Nobody does, right? You'd rather stay in a 5-star hotel. And it's the same thing with our relationships. We're going to give them a ranking, so that we can rank how much we like them, like how close we are to them, how much they trust us, right? How likely we think they are to join the team or whatever, or maybe how warm or cold they are. So we need to rank them so that we know how to prioritize our list. Okay, so let me just show you how we do it. I'm going to jump over to the team page on the left nav here. The team page is like your full CRM, your full electronic Rolodex. Everybody is here. See, all my contacts are here. And you can see if I click on one, it shows me it opens up their star ranking. So I can just change it by clicking on it, okay? See how easy that is? Super easy. Now, there's a rank mode that you can enable that lets you do the whole list at once. So this is what you're gonna wanna do in setup. You're gonna wanna come down this list real quick and just eyeball it and give people ranks. Now, here's the good news. You don't have to rank 90% of these people, because everybody's gonna show up as a 3-star to start. And most of them will stay there. And I'm going to explain these ranks in a second. But most people on your list will be 3 stars because you don't really know them that well yet. But you're going to want to look for your 4 and 5-star people, the people you like the best, and just rank them up so that Teamzy can prioritize them first. Make sense? So here's what the definitions mean, and then we'll get in here and do a power hour. A 5-star, that's somebody that you feel is most likely to become a customer or a distributor, or maybe they're already a customer and distributor. That's a rock star. 5-star people are your best friends, your closest family members, the people who trust you the most. 5-star people will show up on Teamzy automatically for you to connect and reach out to every 30 days. Okay, so when you set a 5-star rank on somebody, they'll come up automatically every 30 days. You don't have to set a follow-up or do anything. They just come back every 30 days. 4-star person is somebody that's likely to become a customer or distributor with a little bit of nurturing, right? They're your warm people. They're the good people on your team that you like. You're good, you're solid performing customers. These are your friends and family, just not your closest circle. 4-star people show up on Teamzy just to connect, just to reach out every 60 days. Every 60 days. 4 stars, 60 days. 3-star people could go either way. You really have no idea. Maybe sometimes they're just acquaintances you don't know well. You have no idea how they're going to go. 3-star people show up on your list every 90 days. Okay, every 90 days. 2-star people every 120 days. Does this make sense? So the more stars you give somebody, the more often they show up on Teamzy. This is so important because you need to be talking to your best people first and more often. Everybody's going to cycle through on Teamzy, just some at different paces, because their relationship's not that close. You're not going to message somebody you barely know every single month. They're going to think you're weird. Make sense? So that's how the ranks go. Now, again, don't be overwhelmed by this. Oh, but Eric, I have 2,000 people in my Teamzy. How could I ever do this? Well, I would just do it. Get an adult beverage, put on some music that you like, and just get it done. But again, you don't have to rank everybody. I just want you to find your 4s and 5s, okay? Just go down the list quick so that you have something to start with. All right. So now we're done. I'm going back to the dashboard. We are now ready to do a power hour. I'm going to show you the workflow here. Okay, and once you get good at this, you're going to get your power hour done in much less than an hour. And then you just know you're done. You've completed your DMO for the day and you're ready to enjoy your life and go do other things. How cool is that? Okay, so let me just show you a couple of things here on the dashboard. Right here, where it says today's activities, these are the goals that we just set, right? And so my goal for today is to connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 distributors on my team. That is a goal to just connect, reach out and make their day. That's it. I'll explain that as we go. 2 more goals over here. There's a goal for invites. Okay, an invite is when I'm inviting somebody to the business to join my team or to go to products or come, or I'm talking to them at an event about the business. An invite is specifically to the business, not just connecting. Okay, my goal is to do 3 of those each day. And then ads, these are new people I'm adding to Teamzy. I'm meeting new people I hadn't thought of yet. I want to constantly be putting new people in Teamzy so I have fresh relationships to work with. Make sense? Okay, so those are my goals. You can change those goals at any time by clicking on Edit Daily Goals right here on the top right. So easy. Okay. So Power Hour, here we go. See right here where it says Power Hour? That's where we're going to work. Now, on the left side are my lists, my up next lists. The Teamzy is going to say, here's who's up next. Just connect with these people. I've got a prospects list, a customers list, a distributors list, and my follow-ups list. Okay. On the right-hand side is where I log the activity as I go, so I don't have to come back later and do homework. Who wants to do that? Logging stuff later, tracking stuff later? No, just do it as you go. So Teamzy is telling me, connect with Jay, first person on my list on the prospects. Connect with Jay. Now, what's cool about this is, if you're like me, I used to struggle with starting this conversation. What in the heck am I going to say to her? So we built this scripts library to help you. See right here, it says scripts. I'm going to click on that, and I'm just going to get a script for Facebook that I can send to Jay. I'll use the very first one on the list just for simplicity. Here's how it reads. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. Okay, so simple. I was doing a JuicePlus call in the UK the other day, and they're like, we don't say awesome. That's so American. I said, then just change it to great. Okay, just change it to great. I like awesome because I'm super enthusiastic. Can you tell? Okay, here we go. So I copied that script. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to paste it in Teamzy so I can edit it a little. It's an extra step. You don't have to paste it in Teamzy. You can go straight to messaging that, but I am going to do it because I don't want to make mistakes. So there it is. Hi, Jay. Great. Some emoticons. All right. So once you have this script in there and you've got it just the way you want it, now it's ready to send. So I'm going to copy this script and I'm going to go send it in Facebook to Jay. I've got it open right here. So however you want to message people, I like Facebook Messenger. It gets great response rate. Maybe you want to text it. Maybe you're going to send it in Instagram. I don't know. Whatever you use to communicate with these people, you can log them all in Teamzy. So you can see there's lots of choices here and things that you can log. But I have Facebook open right there. So I'm just going to jump over there. There she is. And we're going to just send her this message. Okay, I'm just going to paste it in there. Boom, there it is. Send. Do you guys see how easy that is? Now look, I'm going to toggle back over here. And we're going to log this by clicking the blue button that says Log Connect. Okay. Great. Oh, Roxy's saying, how do you add the emoticon? So Roxy, there's a key. If you're on your phone, obviously you know how to do it, right? It's there all the time on your keyboard. On your computer, there's a shortcut. So I'm using a Mac, and it's Control Command Space. Brings up that emoticon. Well, you can't see it because Zoom doesn't show you that window, but it brings up the emoticon menu, and you can pick them. And if you're on a computer, if you're on a Windows computer, it's like the Windows Plus. I think it's Windows plus comma. Try that if you're on a Windows computer. I think it'll bring up your emoticon keyboard. If that's not it, just Google emoticon keyboard shortcut Windows and you'll get it. Okay. But it's a good question because I have to tell you, once I could do emoticons on my computer, it was like, oh, this is so cool, right? Because I like to do my power on my computer. I'm not quite as fast on my phone with it, though. The nice thing about doing it on my phone is if I'm in line for a coffee at Starbucks or something, I can pull up Teamzy and just do 2 connects while I'm waiting for my coffee. Like you can get them done that way in your gap time, which is pretty cool. Okay, so the next person on my list just moving down is Linda. What I'll do with Linda is I'm going to just use the same script. Why overthink it? Just change the name. Okay, great. And do the same thing. I'm going to toggle over to Facebook, find her, send the message, log it in Teamzy. Move on to the next person, which is Charlene. I'll do the same thing. Do you guys see how easy this is? There's no reason. I mean, you can mix up the scripts if you want, but when you're new, just starting out, I wouldn't. I would just send the same script over and over because it's very simple. It's just a hello, making somebody's day script, right? When they respond, then you're going to have a conversation. Each one will be organically different. So I'll do the same thing. I'm just going to work my way down the list. Again, I'll copy this, toggle over to Facebook. I'll look up Charlene, send her the message, and log it in Teamzy. So you can see I'm just working down my list. Okay. Until I get my goal. Each time I send one, I get a new one on the board so I can visually see that I've got 3 done and 6 left. This circle starts to fill. When it's all the way blue, I know I've completed my prospects goal for today and I can move on to the next list. Okay. Those 9 prospect messages should take me 10 minutes. That's it. Once you get rocking. Then I'm going to toggle over to the next list, which is customers. And I'm going to start messaging them. Now, just really quick on this, a couple of pro tips on this, you guys. Some people will respond immediately to those messages. And I don't want you to run off and have the conversation at this moment. I want you to get all your outgoing messages done in your power hour first. Okay. So you don't get distracted and end up only talking to one person today. Make sense? So once you get going, it won't take you very long. You can jump back into that conversation. The other thing I want to kind of talk about is some people won't respond at all to your messages, and that's okay. It's totally okay if they don't respond. It's normal. And I don't want you to even think about those people because they're in Teamzy and they're going to come back automatically. You don't even have to worry about them. Like, oh, should I send them another message? No, they're just going to come back in 30, 60, 90 days. They're just going to come back. You message them then. Okay. If you do this for 5 days in a row, at the end of this call, I'll challenge you guys to do it for 5 days in a row. You'll be so busy talking to the people who do respond. You're not going to worry about those people that don't respond. Does this make sense? Okay. So I'm going to go to my customers list. The same thing. I'm going to message my customers. Just staying in touch with your customers. You don't need a complicated follow-up system. Just get them all in Teamzy and stay in touch when they come up. That's it. Right? So Emlyn comes up. I'm going to get a script. I'll get a customer script. Okay. Here we go. People always go, how did you get to the customer scripts? You don't have to worry about it. Teamzy knows that you're talking to a customer and it gives you the customer scripts intelligently. Okay. So here's my script. It says, hi, John. I got to change the name. What's his name? Emlyn. Hi, Emlyn. How are you enjoying the products? So what products is he getting? How are you enjoying your tower garden? Please send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. So simple. Does this make sense, you guys? A simple script. Don't overthink it. You just want to reach out. Again, I'll send it to him in Facebook or text, wherever, and then log it. Okay. Hester comes up. Okay, I'm going to send her a quick message. And again, you can just use my scripts if you want. Here's another good one that I love. This is one of my favorite ones. Hi, Jane. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. So simple. Now, just really quick on this, guys. If you have not been in touch with your customers and you wish you had, don't overthink it. Just reach out to them as if you had. Just reach out to them and say, hey, I'm just checking in. How are you? Okay. They'll be delighted to hear from you. And you just start now. Just start now. Also, one more thing. If you have customers who have canceled, people think, I don't know what you guys call them. Do you call them inactive customers, past customers, cancels? I don't know what you call them. I want you to treat those people as if they were current. Treat them as current customers. Just connect with them. Okay. If they've been a customer from you, if they've ever purchased something from you in their life, they're yours for life. That's how you need to treat them. Okay. Because people are running off on Instagram and different places trying to meet new people who don't know them, build trust from zero. This person has already given you money. They already have trusted you. It's a way better person to be in contact with. Does this make sense? So just reach out and stay in contact. If you haven't been, this is where you start. When you're in regular contact with customers, a couple of magical things happen. Okay. Statistically, we know this is true. When you're in regular contact with your customers, they order more products and they retain longer. They order more products and they retain longer. How many of you guys would like to see that in your business? Yeah. Not just yours. Organizational, your whole organization. Would you like to see your whole organization sell more products and retain their customers longer? Yeah, totally. It's pretty cool. Okay, compounding income, right? And the other thing that happens, which is one of my favorite things, and I don't have a lot of time to go into tonight, but we spend in my boot camp, we spend a whole week on this topic. But if you have customers that you love and you want more people like that, the best place to get new customers is from your current customers. Okay, the best place to get new customers is from your current customers. And it's pretty easy to get introduced to those people if you're intentional about it. Like if you're intentional about it. So what you need to do first is be in touch with your customers and then start connecting, as people are getting great results and loving the products, you just need to ask them. Because when people love a product, they talk about it, don't they? So you just need to ask people. I'm sure that you've talked to some friends and family about JuicePlus because you're doing so great with it. Is there anybody that you care about who needs more information on this? Who can we help with this? And they're going to tell you, oh, I was thinking about my cousin Mary. I talked to my cousin Mary about it. She's kind of interested. Great. Could you introduce me to Mary so that I can get her some information on this and we can help her? Make sure that you get introduced to these people, you guys. You need to get introduced. Don't ask people to refer you. Don't ask people to refer you. That's such a waste of energy. Ask them to introduce you. Okay. And getting introduced is easy. You don't have to have dinner with them. They just open up a group text message or a group chat on Facebook or something, or a group email. This is my cousin Mary. Meet Eric. He's my JuicePlus distributor that I was telling you about. Great. Thanks. Thank you for the introduction. Thanks for introducing us. Mary, I can't wait to talk to, can't wait to get to know you. Here's, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Makes sense? But you got to be in touch with customers on a regular basis. I just want you guys to know this. I say this with absolute certainty. And you guys you've been on the call with me enough to know that I am who I am and I mean what I say. If you have one customer who loves JuicePlus, you have enough to build a huge business on without doing any other marketing. Because that one, you just work on that one person will bring you more people who will bring you more people who will bring you more people. One of the reasons I created Teamzy, oh my gosh, I probably shouldn't go off on a tangent. Do you guys mind if I go off on a tangent for a quick second and tell you the story? I got to tell you the story. Okay. Some of you guys know my background. I was a Beachbody coach for a little while until Teamzy just took off and I needed to go do Teamzy. And when I first started, I fast-tracked up in rank. My first month, I fast-tracked up in rank, and I didn't know that was a big deal because I didn't really understand the business. I was just doing what I'm teaching you. And so they put me in this group of other people at that rank with somebody from corporate that kind of led the call on training topics. I know you guys do the same thing. And so I'm in this call and they're like, okay, we want you all to do a presentation on one of these topics. And the one topic that nobody wanted to touch was recruiting. So they said, Eric, you do recruiting. I said, okay, great. So when I came in to do my class on recruiting, I told them what you need to do is stay in contact with your current customers and all the relationships you have, build advocates, right? And then as you blow people away with your service and your products, what you do is you get them to introduce you to the people they know, and then you put them right in. And so I'm trying to teach this system to a group of 25 other people, that are also fast-tracked up to this rank. And they thought I was an alien. They thought it was the weirdest thing ever. A couple of them actually laughed at me. They wanted to go do Instagram stories and things like that, and which is great. I wish them all the greatest of luck. Apparently we had something good because, like I said, 80,000 people have used Teamzy in 3.5 years. So I encourage you guys, look, the customers that you have are solid gold, and reaching out to customers is as important as prospecting. It really is, because these people have already trusted you enough to trade treasure for your products. Make sense? Okay, so we're going to connect with our prospects. Then we're going to connect with our customers. Just stay in touch with them. And then we'll go to our distributor list and connect with them. Okay, now if you're new and you don't have distributors and you don't have customers, don't worry. You're just going to put zeros for those goals and put all of your connects on prospects, okay, for now. But it's so important that you stay in touch personally with your distributors as your team grows. If you've got 2, that's easy. If you've got 40,000, it's hard, right? As your team gets huge, though, I encourage you leaders that are on this call, you need to be in regular contact with your personally sponsored people and the leaders on your team. Okay, so get them in Teamzy, at least those guys, and stay in contact with them. The personal relationship is what holds the team together. It's huge. And that's why we built Teamzy. That's why we called it Teamzy. Okay, not Leadsy or whatever. It's Teamzy. It's about building your team so that you can build a business, so that you can build a life. All right, so we'll connect with our distributors the same way, just quick messages to connect, let them know you're proud of them, let them know that you're there for them, ask them if there's anything you can do to help and support their business today. Okay? Finally, I'm going to get to my follow-ups list. My follow-ups list does not have anybody on it. You have to put people on the follow-ups list. The follow-ups list is where you put the people who have expressed interest in your business. See, we're connecting with prospects. We're connecting with customers. We're connecting with distributors. We're making their day so that we can have a conversation with them and uncover interest. When we uncover interest, we invite and we put them on our follow-ups list. The follow-ups list are your hot leads. These are the people who want in, who want to learn more, who want more information, who are interested in the products, that are thinking about the business, who need some more freedom or flexibility. These are the people that you've identified through your connecting with people. You put them here and you work this list like a professional. Okay? So let me give you an example. And I see you guys are putting questions in the Q&A, which is great. I will do a Q&A at the end. We'll answer everything that's in there. So I sent a message to my friend Jay. We had a great connect, hope you're having a great day. She says, oh my gosh, thanks for reaching out. How are you? And so now my goal is to engage Jay in conversation. I'm going to ask her some questions. I'm going to try to get the conversation going. Now, will every conversation take off and be awesome? No, it won't be. Some conversations will fizzle out. That's okay, because they'll come back in Teamzy over time. We'll connect more. But my goal is to try to get the conversation going. So I'm going to do my best to ask questions and engage her in conversation, try to get caught up on what she's doing in her life. Okay. And so as we're having a conversation, my first goal is to make her day. My second goal is to have a conversation. Now my goal during the conversation is to find a way I can help Jay. Just how can I help her in some way? I was doing this the other day, just reaching out to Teamzy, Teamzy people and leaders that I've met, just to stay in contact, connect with people. And one person shared with me that she's been really ill. This could, so my first thing was, I need to pray for this person. How can I help the person I'm talking to? What do I have available to me? Somebody complains their roof is leaking after the thunderstorm. Do you know a good roofer you can refer them to? How can you help them in some way? Like, that's the first thing you want to do, is try to find a way to help them. Okay. Don't get focused on, oh my gosh, is this person going to join my business? How do I transition this? Focus on helping them. And they're going to catch you up on what they're doing. And the law of reciprocity says that you should get to tell them what you're doing too. So in the conversation, they've told you everything that's going on in their life. Now you tell them what's going on in your life. You tell them what you're doing and why you're passionate about it. Okay, write that down. What you're doing and why you're passionate about it. What about you, Eric? What have you been up to? How have you been? Oh my gosh. It's been an amazing 5 years. I left my job 5 years ago and I haven't had one since. Started my own business, home business. And what I do is I focus on helping people get healthy. I personally got healthy, lost 60 pounds, changed my life. And so now I'm on a mission to help others, educate them about nutrition, help them get healthy, help them get off heavy duty medications. Those are the things that I'm focused on right now. And it's been so rewarding. Wow, it's so great. Does this make sense? It's just an example, guys. Wow, good for you. Yeah, so I found this company, JuicePlus. They make these amazing products. And that it's so easy, and it has such a great impact on so many people. So I got a franchise from them, and I've been building and helping other people do it. Wow, that's so great. Now, when you share with somebody what you're doing and why you're passionate about it, their response is always, wow, good for you. It's always their response. Wow, good for you. Okay. And then it's so natural just to ask them, would you like to learn more about what I'm doing? Okay. Would you like to learn more about what I'm doing? Again, without having too much time to go into it, this is something in our bootcamp we spend some time on. But based on what they're saying, you customize that message. If they're complaining about their boss, you talk more about the freedom that you have now because of your business. If they're talking about how they feel gross and overweight or unhealthy, then you focus more on the health transformation that you've seen in telling your story. Does this make sense? Then it's easier just to ask, would you like more information about what I'm doing? There's no reason to overcomplicate that. And because of this approach, they're not going to feel like you were setting them up, trying to shove something down their throat. They're going to be like, oh, they're either going to say yes or no. If they say yes, I'm going to invite them now to go deeper, and I'm going to put them on my follow-ups list. If they say, no, I'm not interested right now, great. You know what, Jay? It was great chatting with you tonight. And I really hope we can stay in touch. Oh, me too, Eric. It's great. Could you do me a favor, though? If you do come across anybody who could benefit from what I'm doing, would you introduce them to me? Because I want to help as many people as I can. Sure, I'll do that. So your nose, you plant the seed. Your nose, you plant the seed. If you come across anybody who could benefit from this, please please connect us. Okay, sure thing. Okay. It's not an in-your-face thing, but you've planted the seed. Some people are going to need to see you being consistent for a while. Remember, we talked about that earlier? They're going to need to watch to see if you really are what you say you are before they're going to trust you. You're going to keep connecting with them. So when Jay says, yeah, I'd like some more information, great. Now what I want to do is I'm going to try to talk to her now. Hey, well, let's jump on a call or a Zoom. Do you have a minute? I want to find out what you're looking for, what information you need, what your goals are, see if it's something I can help you with. So I'll ask, go deeper and find out exactly what she needs. Okay. If she's curious about the gummies for her kids because they're picky eaters, great. Let's talk about that. Let me get you set up on this program. Okay. If she's curious about getting rid of her job and being free to be around her kids and create income for herself like I did, great. Let's talk about the business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite her to something. So you'll notice that Jay's no longer on my dashboard. Let me just show you this last bit, and then we'll do Q&A. So I'm going to look her up in the lookup bar. I can look up anybody in the lookup bar. That brings me to their full record in Teamzy. Okay. This is where I have all of our contact info, any notes I've kept on her, and a record of all of our conversations. It's all right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on this blue connect box that opens the connect box just like on the dashboard, right? But see here on the bottom left where it says invite, I'm going to click on that because now I'm going to log an invite. It's not just a connect. So let's say I'm going to invite her tonight to a Facebook Live event the team's doing. She wants some more information about the business. I say, perfect. We're having an event tonight. That's exactly what it is. I'll send you the link. She says, perfect. Okay, great. So let me log that in Teamzy. I'm just going to put a little note of what it was. Great. And so I'm going to send her that link. And so as I'm setting this up with her, I said, I'm going to send you the link right now. I'll follow up with you tomorrow and see what questions you might have. She says, that sounds great. Okay. So see right here where this little icon, it looks like a calendar. This is your follow-up. So I'm going to add a follow-up for tomorrow. You can add a follow-up for any day in the future, but I'm setting it for tomorrow. Now, when I log that, you can see there's a follow-up set for tomorrow. If I go to the dashboard and check on my follow-ups list, you'll see I have a follow-up due for Jay tomorrow. So as I find interest, I invite people to certain specific things. I put them on my follow-ups list, okay? So if I'm doing this right, I'm connecting with 19 people a day. I'm putting 3 people every day on my follow-ups list. By the end of the week, I've got 15 people in my pipeline who are interested, right? I talked to 100, but I found 15 people who are interested. Now I'm going to follow up with those people. Does this make sense? So as I do my power hour, this is what it looks like. Connect with prospects, connect with customers, connect with the distributors, and then do your follow-ups, okay? Now, you're going to create a lot of conversations. I do recommend setting aside a couple of times a day where you can respond to messages, okay? So when I had a full-time job, I did it half of my lunch break, 12:30 to 1. I responded to messages. And in the evening, about, between 8 and 9, I responded to messages. And I did my outgoing power hour early in the morning, like 6 in the morning. Actually, sometimes much earlier than that, between 4 and 6. I'd send the messages and then start responding at 12:30. So that's a little pro tip. You can set aside some time to have the conversations. But in your power hour, you're going to send out all your messages to these 4 groups. So when you get to your follow-ups list, anyone who's due, you're just going to send them a follow-up message. That's it. Super easy. Let me show you how to do it. Let's pretend this is due today. I'm going to go to scripts. I'm going to grab a follow-up script. See how they're follow-ups and they're numbered? I'm going to grab number 1. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Great. Copy that script. I love this script, by the way. It works so great. Okay. It's easy that her name is Jay. It's really close to the actual name, Jane. So there, it's ready to go. Again, I'm going to actually do this because I know I've just talked about it a couple of times. There she is in Facebook. We're going to send the message, send her the follow-up message. Okay. Send. So now when I log this in Teamzy, I want to set a new follow-up before I save this. So go to your follow-ups and set a new one. Let's say I'll follow up again in 2 days, okay? And I can leave a note for myself. This is going to be follow-up number 2. Log it. So you can see now it's due on Thursday. So when I look at this, when I click on it, it reminds me that when I go to follow up, that I'm sending follow up number 2. That's kind of a new feature the guys just added. I think it's pretty cool though. That was one of the things you all suggested. We put it in there. So it's so easy. When I come back on Thursday to do my power hour, I'll connect with prospects, customers, distributors, and I may have some follow-ups due. One of them will be Jay, and I'll go into my scripts, and this time I'll get follow-up number 2, and I'll just send it to her. Okay, you don't need to stop and overthink this. You just need to send the next follow-up. Now, real quick on this, I want you guys to let me just talk about following up really quick. I know it's not necessarily a Teamzy thing; it's more of a general training thing. But if you really want to be successful in this business, you need to follow up enough. You need to follow up enough. And the statistic is this, that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-ups. Okay, 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-ups. And I know a lot of you are like, ugh, gross. I don't want to follow up that many times. People are not going to like me if I follow up 10 times. I want you to understand, first of all, I'm going to teach you right now how to do it without being annoying. People will thank you for following up 10 times. They'll be excited about it, honestly. And some of you guys, I know some names in here, people who've been through some of my trainings and boot camps. You guys can put in the chat. It's true. I've done this system and people are excited about getting followed up with this many times. But here's what I want you to understand. Raise the hand button if you're in this business because you truly have a heart to help people and you believe that you can change people's lives through this business. Let me see your hands go up. Look at that. I'm already past 60 and it's climbing. Here's what I'm here to tell you guys. Are JuicePlus products awesome? Yeah. Are they also completely irrelevant to somebody who's not using them? Yes. You can't help people unless they get the products and take them, right? And I'm here to tell you 80% of the people you talk to, they won't get the products unless you follow up 7 to 10 times. So if you really meant it, that you want to help people and change their lives, you need to understand that following up is the way you do it. And understand this philosophy, this principle. Following up is an act of love. It's not something annoying that people do. It's an act of love. This is how you love people, want to help them. This is how you do it. And when you stop after 3 or 4 follow-ups because you're not hearing anything but crickets and you're like, they must not be interested, and you're making up stories in your mind about why they're not responding to you, and you stop, the message you actually sent was, I don't care about you. You have to get over yourself so that you can help them. Does this make sense? I know it does. So look, let me just teach you how to do this so that you don't mess this up, so that people aren't annoyed and they thank you for it. First off, just use my scripts. I put them all in there, 10 of them in a row. We didn't have scripts the first 2 years we had Teamzy. People just were using it and loving it. We just put these in to make it easier for you. So you've got my follow-up scripts in there. They've been refined and honed for years to just be super effective and simple. But here are the rules for not annoying people when you follow up. Rule number 1, don't ask them to do anything. Don't ask them to do anything. They don't have to call you, text you. They don't have to even respond to the follow-up. They don't even have to open it. I'll explain that in a second. They don't have to do anything. Don't ask them to do anything. Okay? Because as soon as you give them something they have to do, let's say they're super busy right now, that's annoying because it's not something they can do. They feel bad. You don't want to make them feel bad. You want to make them feel good. The second rule for not being annoying is this. Your message needs to be, they must be able to read it. They have to be able to read it, and it has to be short. Okay? They have to be able to read it. It has to be short. You can't send them a voice message. You can't send them a video. You're not going to call them and leave them a voicemail. Like, those are no ways. Those are annoying. It has to be able to be read. It has to be short enough they can read the entire message without opening it. So let me just kind of play this through for you, because I know it's the same for all of us. You get a message from somebody, it's usually at the wrong time. Something's going on. You can't do anything with it right now. But you're still curious, what is the message? And so when you look at your phone and you can see the whole message on the lock screen without opening it, it's great because now you know what the message is. And if you're using these nice feel-good messages, they're like, oh yeah, that's great. Okay. If it's too long and I can't see all of it, now I'm annoyed because I have to open it to see it, which I'm not going to do, because since I can't respond right now because something's going on, maybe I'm driving my car, maybe my kids are screaming, I don't know. I can't open the message right now because I don't want you to see that I've opened it because I don't intend on responding right now. So now I'm just kind of irritated. I can't see the whole message. Make sense? Same thing with voice messages. I'm irritated because I have to open it and listen to it. And if you've got kids or you're at work or whatever, sometimes it's really hard to do that. Often I get voice messages all the time from people, and it might take me 24 hours before I can listen to it. Whereas if they had just sent me a message, I would have seen it. Does this make sense? So if you do those two things, short, sweet, and written, and you don't ask them to do anything, people will be happy to get them. And every time they get your message, they'll see it. Even if they don't respond, they'll see it and they'll be reconnected to you and to the hope they felt and the excitement they felt about JuicePlus, even if it's just for a second. But as you do it over time, you connect with them. What will happen is they will eventually respond. Usually around 6, maybe, or 7, most people will respond. So if you've been getting crickets, you're not doing anything wrong, except for maybe giving up. Don't give up anymore. Just keep connecting. Okay. Around the 6th or 7th, you'll get a message like this. Thank you so much for, I'm so sorry I haven't responded. Thank you so much for following up with me. I appreciate it. So guys, this is the way it looks. Does this make sense? Just put them in Teamzy, set a follow-up. When it comes up, send them the next follow-up, set a new follow-up. That's it. Power Hour, you connect with your prospects, you connect with your customers, you connect with your distributors, and then you do all the follow-ups that are due. Some people, 20% of the people that are interested will close in the first 3 days. 80% will take much longer. Okay, so you just keep on filling that pipeline on your follow-ups list and you just keep working it. Some people might take a year. You just keep them on there. You don't spend a lot of time thinking about them. When they show up, they're due today, send them a message, takes 3 seconds, you move on. Keep them in there. I've had people in that on that list more than a year before they converted or became customers. That's okay. I spent, every month I spent 3 seconds on them. Does this make sense? But what happens is when you give up on people, they often will end up becoming somebody else's customer or teammate. Have you noticed that happens? Yeah, so I don't want that to happen to you. All right, good. So let's go ahead and start putting your questions in the Q&A, and I'll start fielding those for you guys. So at the end, when Jay does finally convert and join my team, let me just show you how to do that in Teamzy. So what you're going to do is you go to their record and you click on the sale button and just log a sale. And this is right now, it's just super simple. It's just other or application fee. Application fee is if she becomes a distributor. Let's just click on that one, okay, and hit save. And that logs the sale in Teamzy. Okay, and then what you want to do is add tags. So let's say she got a tower garden, okay, and she got a quad. However you want to tag them. So I always recommend you tag the products they got, because then you have that information and you can actually pull a list of everybody that has ever bought a tower garden from you. Like if there's a sale or something, it's kind of cool. Okay, so now we've logged the sale. The other thing that I want to do is change her member type right here. See where it says member type? From prospect to distributor by clicking on it. That moves her over, personally sponsored. So that actually moves her to my team. And Teamzy tracks how many connects it takes to get a sale, and it tracks how many sales it takes for you to get a distributor, so that you can get better over time on your closing ratios, if that makes sense. All right, so that's how we do it. And then if you want to get rid of the follow-up, let's say you just want to dismiss it, you can just go to none. It's gone. Okay. All right, so I've got 13 questions loaded in the Q&A. I'm going to start fielding those questions. If you have something's come up, put them in there now. Okay. Crystal says, will Teamzy ever have an app versus a web page? So yes, it's actually in development now, Crystal. But we have, for those of you who have never done it, let me just show it to you really quick. We do have a mobile web page that works great as an app, and most of our users are doing it on the mobile page. Look, here's my phone. You can see I've saved the Teamzy icon right there in the center. And that opens up Teamzy. Okay. And so I've got Teamzy here, and I can go right on in and I can connect with people on my phone. Just the same way I can get my scripts. It's all there. Okay. So I can get a script, boom. I can copy that script. I can toggle now over to Messenger and send it to somebody. Okay. Isn't that cool? And I can toggle back and log. Super easy to use. Okay. But to answer your question, Crystal, yeah, it's in process now, which will be really cool. Let's see here. Answered that one. Great. Cheryl says, where do we get the Teamzy app in the App Store? Okay, same question. So it's not an app yet. It's just a mobile website. So what you do is on your phone, you just go to, you open up Safari if you're on iPhone, or you open up Chrome on a Droid, and you just go to app.teamzy.com, app.teamzy.com. Okay, I'll put it in chat. Okay, and that brings you to Teamzy CRM and not the Teamzy like our webpage. Okay. And once you're there, you can just bookmark it on your phone like I did so that it's like an icon you can jump to at any time. Click the little box to keep yourself logged in, and it's great. Okay. Stephanie says, are the prospects each day automatically generated? We will be connecting with a 2, a 3, or a 5. Okay. So yes, they're automatically generated, and here's how it works. It brings your 5-star people up first. Okay. So when you first start with Teamzy, all you're going to see are 5-star people. Once you've worked through the 5-star people, it'll bring your 4-star people up. And when you've worked through your 4-star people, you'll be working on your 3-star people. Okay? You'll be working on 3-star people, and suddenly all your 5-star people will come up because they come back every 30 days. So over time, it gets a little bit randomized because it's going to sort them by their star rank and then by your last date of contact. Make sense? Okay. The cool thing is once you've set it up and done the ranking, you never have to plan it ever again. You just turn it on and go. You don't have to think. You just open it up and connect with whoever's up next, and know that it's always going to be cycling people through at the right frequency. Lucy says, will you be adding new scripts at any time? We do add new scripts from time to time. And also, Lucy, you can put your own scripts in Teamzy. I don't know if you guys know that, but you can create your own scripts and save them in Teamzy, which is awesome. Some of the national marketing directors in Puerto Rico recently translated all the scripts to Spanish. I have those in my inbox to try to figure out how to put those in for them. So it's real easy to do. You can put in your own scripts anytime. Just so you guys know, for example, when I would have like all the informational emails that you might send people, I would have all those saved as scripts. So if somebody says, I'd like to order a tower garden, I would have an email with all the instructions on what they need to do to order the tower garden, including the links to order and everything. And I would have that in an email saved as a script. So as I'm talking to somebody, they're like, I'm ready to order tower garden. Great. I would just grab the script, send his email, boom, logged in Teamzy, ready to go. I don't have to write that every time. Makes sense? Tammy says, I've been on Teamzy 2 weeks and run out of distributors to connect with. Will their names show up again after 30 days? So yes, they'll show up based on their rank. So if they were 5 stars, they'll just come back in 30 days. If they were 4, they'll come back in 60. Sometimes people skip a week and they're like, oh my gosh, now everybody's gone. Those people will come back in 7 days. So Tammy, what you can do is you can go find your distributors on the team page. They're all there. You can rank them up higher if you want them to come back sooner. But if you've completely run out of distributors, one thing you can do is you can lower the distributor per day goal in Teamzy and just kind of work a little bit harder on prospects. Make sense? Okay. Like if you've got 5 distributors on your team, guys, you don't need to have a goal for connecting with distributors. Just put it at 0 and connect with them, once a month or whatever. Connect with those 5 as they grow. And does that make sense? Okay. Cheryl, how do I upload my customers from the JP virtual office? From the phone? You seem very casual about it. Is it that easy? Okay, Cheryl, it's easy. There's step-by-step instructions on the Teamzy Help Center, step-by-step, like every step on how to do it. But I want you guys to know that if you are intimidated at all by technology, my team will schedule a one-on-one Zoom with you. You can click on it. There's a button right there on your dashboard that says schedule a one-on-one. And there's just a scheduling link, and you pick a time, and one of my team will come on Zoom with you and they'll walk you through it on Zoom. You can even give them control of your computer, through remote control, and they can just do it for you. Okay. So most people are fine with the instructions, just following the step-by-step instructions. But if you're worried about it, I don't want you to worry about it. We have the team to support you. Okay. All right, Crystal, I've already done the free trial, then I dropped the ball. Are my contacts still in the system, or do I have to start all over? Crystal, they're all in the system. They're all there. They're all there. Okay. So when you come back into your account, you'll find everything where you left off, which is pretty cool. Okay. Duffy, how can you track what messages you've copied and sent so you don't duplicate the same message the next time you touch base with them? Okay, so, when you open up, the easiest thing to do is just, you're logging them in Teamzy, so you're going to see them in your activity feed. And let me show you. So when I go to my activity feed for Jay, for example, okay, you can see everything that I've sent to her is there. Okay. But also, if I go to her Facebook Messenger, where I've been sending her the messages, if I open up our Messenger, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. There it goes. It took you a second. I can see the last message I sent her. Does that make sense? So you've got two places where you'll see it. So the next time it comes up, I'll say, oh, I sent her connect number 1 last time. She didn't respond. So I'll send her connect number 2 this time. Okay. And I had somebody say to me, what happens when I get to connect number 3? What do I do? And I'm like, by then you should be able to modify the connect enough. You should have that skill after 6 months or 9 months of messaging on Teamzy, right? You should be able to tweak it just a little bit. Okay. I have many friends on Facebook who don't have Messenger. So what I post on their Facebook page. Well, the way Messenger works is they still get it don't they still get it as a notification? I think they still get a notification that they got a message. But, just use the best avenue that you have for connecting with somebody. If you have their phone number, send them a text message. Just figure out what is the best way you have to connect with them and use it. If all you have is Facebook, then you don't really have a choice. You can send them a message. What you could do though, is you could put a little post that says, "Hey, I sent you a private message." If you think they're not getting it. All right, Becky says, when someone's interested and on your follow-up list, how often do you send a follow-up? Okay. So I don't have this programmed. It's up to you. You have the freedom to follow up as often as you want with people. I'll just tell you what I would do. If somebody has a strong interest, I would follow up typically maybe the first 3 days in a row, right? I would follow up like 3 days in a row. And the reason why is because, like I said, 20% of people will jump right away and commit and then start backing it off. So if they don't respond to those 3 days in a row, then I might wait 3 days for the fourth one, and then maybe a few days apart, and then they go. The way I do it is as they get up in number, I space them out more. So it might be 3 days, and it might be 5 days, and it might be a week, then it might be another week, then it might be 2 weeks. Does that make sense? So the follow-ups are getting a little farther apart as time goes on. You just want to stay present with them. It's not an exact science, but I found that works pretty well. Okay. Janelle says, I can't find an app for Teamzy on my iPhone. It's not an app, it's a website. So again, you just type in app.teamzy.com. I put it in the chat into Safari or Google Chrome. Janet, show how to do the Facebook message. It takes me longer. Okay. So that was recent. Okay, let me just show you again how to do it. This is on a computer. Of course, if I did it on my phone, it would look a little different, right? So if I'm going to message somebody, let's say Jay, we'll just do it again. Let's say I'm going to message Jay. I'll get my script. If you use my scripts, you just come in here and you get a script, okay, and just copy it. Okay. And then look them up on Facebook. So there she is. I'm going to send her this message. All right. And just paste it in there. Now, in this case, I didn't change her name yet, so I'll do it there. Okay. And just send it. Boom. Now it's sent. And then you just log it. You just log it in Teamzy that you've sent it. Okay. So you've got a little copying and pasting to do. But again, still super fast. Okay. And if you're not good at that, it may take you a little longer than it takes me, but you'll get good at it pretty quickly. Okay, Mary Beth says, if you don't have customers or distributors, add that number to prospects. Correct. Yes. Scalvo, who is a 2-star and a 1-star person? So 2-star people are people that are colder relationships, right? You kind of know them, but they're colder, or maybe they're people who've kind of pushed back a little. I don't know. 2-star people are going to show up less often. They show up every 120 days. Okay. 1-star people are people who you've basically put them in the freezer. They're not going to come up on your dashboard at all, but you still want to keep their contact info. Does that make sense? So you've kind of put them in 1-star, and they're basically just being stored. Their contact info is just being stored in Teamzy, but you're not actively marketing to them. Okay. So you won't use that one that much, but it's there if you do want to use it. Okay. Amanda says, how do you treat people who contact us? Example from a Facebook post. I would put them in Teamzy as a 3-star and try to have a conversation with them and try to connect with them. Okay. So that's what I would do. And try to connect with them. Try to build a relationship with them, especially if they reach out to you. They've basically put their hand up and said, connect with me. So send them a friend request. See if you can be friends. If they accept the request, say, hey, it's great to be connected. Let's stay in touch. And then put them in Teamzy. Okay. Debbie says, what's the monthly fee? So Teamzy, after the first month, for everybody else, it's $29.99 a month, which is less than $1 a day to have all this organized for you. But for JuicePlus, you guys have a special deal that has been negotiated by corporate. So it's 34% off. You basically get JuicePlus for $19.95 US per month. Okay, so it's less than 60 cents a day. It's like having a 60-cent a day personal assistant. And you can do that monthly, month to month. You can cancel at any time, of course. We always let you do that. Or you can, if you fall in love with Teamzy, which I hope you will, you can actually subscribe for the year. You can actually subscribe for the year. All right. How much is this a month in Canadian dollars? Tanya, it's $19.95 in US dollars, and that will fluctuate every month in Canada based on the exchange rate at the time. Okay. How do we put in our own scripts? You open up scripts. Am I still sharing my screen? I am. Okay, so you open up scripts, and right at the top, see the button that says new script? You just click that, and you put it in. Okay. So real quick, while I have you guys on still, I do want to talk real quick about boot camp. So we do this, and I'm going to get to all these questions, you guys, don't worry. Your action steps. Get on a free trial if you're not already doing it. Get your free trial started at teamzy.com. Okay. If you're already in the free trial, I recommend you just go ahead and set up your subscription now so you don't miss a beat when it's over. Okay. And I do recommend you get a success partner to do your free trial period with you, somebody that will be excited to do it with you. Hold each other accountable. Send each other a screenshot each day when you've completed your Teamzy so that you get the most of that free 30 days. Okay, I give you the 30 days free because I do believe you can create momentum and you can create income in 30 days. So it'll be no brainer for you to continue on with us. Now, I know we've got a lot of people here who've been interested in the Teamzy Bootcamp. This is an advanced training class that we do every quarter. It's a 12-week training program, our advanced bootcamp, okay? And technically, the bootcamp registration closed yesterday for this quarter, but I've had them keep it open for tonight because I knew there would be people on this call who might want to get in there. So let me just talk to you about bootcamp for a minute, and then we'll get back to your questions, okay? Because I know people wanted to know about it. So I've got this. These guys made me this little image. Let me just share this with you. So the bootcamp program, it's a 12-week training. Each week, we unlock a new training topic. I know if you guys have received value from tonight's basic training, you'll love this. Each week, it's a new topic on an aspect of relationship marketing, how to go deeper and really master the next thing. The biggest thing, though, is that it's an accountability environment where we're going to help you become consistent, reaching out and doing your DMO every single day, okay? So that at the end of 12 weeks, you've created massive momentum in your business. You get the 12-week trainings that unlock, but you also get 3 live coaching calls with myself and co-founder of Teamzy, Mike Lopez. We do them as a live Zoom with the group where you can ask us anything. And we host all of it in a private Facebook community. So be in a private Facebook group with all these other leaders, synergizing, hold each other accountable, things like that. Okay. And so the boot camp is kind of our go-to special mega training. We've had great results with it. I'm sure there might even be people on the call who've been in boot camp. If so, put it in the comments, let people know your experience. So if anybody's interested in doing boot camp, you can go to teamzy.com/bootcamp today. It's open through tonight, and register if you want to do it. Bootcamp is an additional tuition fee above and beyond your Teamzy subscription. It's $297 US to do the 12-week program. So anybody who really wants to get going to learn the system and really go deep and create a bunch of momentum in the next few months, check out our bootcamp page, teamzy.com/bootcamp. boot camp. You get more information. The page is still live through tonight. Okay. All right. So that's it. That's all I want to say on that. Again, that wasn't my purpose of tonight, but I wanted to give you that opportunity. Mary says, I started Teamzy maybe in the spring of 2017. And for life reasons, was not able to get into it as I wanted. Also, my card was compromised. I'd like to restart if that's acceptable. Absolutely. So Mary, all you need to do is, if you remember your login, go to teamzy.com and log in, and your account will still be there. We haven't purged the records. We keep it all securely. Our goal is that we would purge it annually, but we haven't purged it. It's still in there. Okay. So if you go in, you can restart. It'll ask you for new credit card information. You put it in, everything will be there as you left it. Okay. And then you can update your data and things like that. Here's one cool thing though, Mary. If you re-import lists like back office and Facebook and things like that, it won't duplicate the people you had in there from before. It'll just add the new people. So you can kind of like update stuff and still keep all the old data, which is pretty cool. And we'd love to have you back. So welcome back. Sabrina says, do people get mad that you send the messages through Messenger so early in the morning? You know what, Sabrina? I've only had one person ever comment on it. And my response was, I'm so sorry if I woke you. I just assumed that your phone I was thinking about you this morning when I get up early. I was thinking about you. I just figured your phone was probably muted and it wouldn't bother you and you'd get it later. And we just had a laugh about it. Only once did somebody do that. But here's the thing is, people ask me this all the time in our boot camp too. Like, is there a best time of day to send people messages? The best time of day is when you can get it done. Okay? Because it's the most important thing is that you do it. I did mine really early in the morning and it worked fine. People just responded to me later. And a lot of times people respond to me late at night and I go to bed early. I go to bed early and get up early. So I miss the messages at night. And so, that's just kind of the name of the game. It's fine. So I wouldn't worry about it, Sabrina. I would just go for it whenever you can get it done. Crystal says, since we pay every month with a discount company, JuicePlus, do we have a discount price for the annual fee? Yes, you do. So the discount for the annual fee, Crystal, is for the whole year, I think it's $198. So basically it comes down to like $16 and change per month when you do a whole year. You get a couple months off, if that makes sense. Okay. Janelle says, is there any way to join your boot camp even though yesterday was the deadline? Janelle, so I just made your day, teamzy.com/bootcamp, and you can get in there still. I left it open for you. Janet says, are you standing up doing this call? If so, good for you. Yes, I am. I have a stand-up desk. It goes up and down. Isn't that cool? I just find I'm more enthusiastic if I'm standing. Christy says, is there a way to see birthdays for the month so I can send a card? Yes, there is. Christy, let me show you how to do this. Where's Teamzy? I lost you. Oh, that's why. No, that's desktop. There it is. Okay, so if you come to your team page, so I'm on my team page right now, there's this thing called tools. See right here, Christy? Click on tools, and you got all kinds of cool stuff you can do here, but one of them is your birthday report. Okay. Now I don't have birthdays. This is a test account, but all the birthdays you have logged, it'll show you your report, everyone that has birthdays coming up. Okay. And then you can send them cards. How cool is that? I usually just let Facebook tell me whose birthday it is, but Mary says, can I restart with the free month or how shall I go about it? If you want to do that, Mary, send a message to support@teamzy.com, an email, support@teamzy.com, and ask them if they can restart that for you. Okay. So email support@teamzy.com. Duffy says, how much is the subscription to Teamzy? For JuicePlus representatives, it's $19.95 a month, US dollars. Okay. Or you can get it for a year for $198. Okay. Great. By the way, just so you guys know, I just had this great conversation. I don't know if any of you guys know Courtney Epps. She's a CPA and a tax expert on what we can do for our taxes as business owners. I know some of you are in Canada, and I don't know if it works the same way there. But in the US, obviously Teamzy is 100% tax deductible as a business expense. But one of the things that's cool about it, she told me that a Teamzy subscription makes you audit proof because it proves that you made an attempt to create profit in your business. So it actually will allow you to write off as much, she said, $8,000 or $9,000 in write-offs a year. And something like Teamzy, that's a specific tool that you paid for, shows it proves that you had intent and makes you audit proof, which is kind of cool. So check her out. If you guys want to learn more about her, check her out. Look her up on Facebook. Her name is Courtney Epps. She has a book and on all the different things we can do in our business. She's awesome. If you guys want to save some money on your taxes. Amanda says, is it cheaper to subscribe for a full year? Yeah. So basically what you do when you subscribe for a full year is you get the 12 months for the price of the discounted 10 months. So you're basically getting 10 months, 12 months for the price of 10 months, if that makes sense. Okay. Debbie asked the same question. Great. I love you guys. Lucy says, thanks. Great. I'm getting to the end. We're getting to the end. Oh my gosh, this is great. Stephanie says, if we cancel 1 month, can we sign back up and keep all the information? Yes. We're going to keep your information for at least 6 months. Okay. Sometimes longer, but we'll promise 6 months. We'll keep it for 6 months. So if you cancel and you come back, everything's there. Okay. Pamela says, how often do I offer boot camp? Every quarter. Okay, so we're starting one this week. It actually starts on the 22nd of July. This is just prep week. We have things like setting goals and stuff like that this week. And it goes 12 weeks. So the next one will be in September sometime, I think will be the next one. So cool. Courtney Epps. Courtney Epps, E-P-P-S. Courtney Epps. She's awesome. Do I have her book in here? No. I just met her. I just met her recently. She was at another event and she blew my mind, all the things that we can write off. So we want to write off whatever we can, right? That's one of the benefits of being in this business. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for being on the call. I hope this was really helpful for you. I hope that you found, I know I saw a lot of people who have been through my trainings. I hope you still found tremendous value in tonight's training. It's my heart that all of you would be incredibly successful. It's my heart that all of you would have Teamzy to make your life easier, more efficient, and that it would allow you to build a business with heart and integrity that's fun. So thank you all for being here. Again, it's an honor for me to teach you. God bless you all. We'll see you soon. Have a great night.